On a cool, clear May morning, myself and two canyoning buddies set off to do one of Australia's best canyons. It took us about 45 minutes to make our way down to the river, and then shortly after, we hit the first abseiling point. We geared up and rigged up the first rappel, then committed to the canyon. Shortly after, a little jump with a short swim preceded the first beautiful narrow section. But it wasn't long before we reached the scrambling descent to get us deeper into the canyon. Then, after a small boulder hop, we reached the next set of bolts, which would take us deeper into the dark section and through the famous keyhole. With 3 back-to-back abseils and little room to move on the middle pitch, we made a plan to try and move as smoothly through these as possible. We specifically brought 3 ropes with us just for this section. After rigging the first one, I went down with a spare rope in my bag. And once I'd reached the second abseil point, I rigged it all up and had the second person come down, also carrying a spare rope. They would transition from the first abseil to the second and would start rigging the third once they got to the bottom. In the meantime, the last person came down and we packed up the first rappel and then made our way down to the third, which was all rigged and ready to go. This third pitch was the famous keyhole, a stunning 15-metre abseil down the waterfall into pure darkness surrounded by tall, narrow walls. Following the abseil, we had a short swim to a little cave section, and then a walk out into the junction with another canyon. We were now surrounded by steep walls covered in ferns, and took some time to take it all in. We then had another short swim, followed by several hundred meters of this beautiful dark canyon to walk through. Before it finally opened up to a large boulder field with plenty of scrambling and tight little gaps to squeeze through. We came across our last abseil, a short but still beautiful rappel, and then slowly made our way down through the canyon's last few swims. Before finally reaching the exit point and starting the long hike out.